Guys, this is Caitlin.
What's up?
I literally met you 24 hours ago.
In a parking lot.
In a parking lot.
In our van.
This is sounds so creepy. I saw Caitlin's van actually 2 days ago, and she had Massachusetts plates on there, and I'm from Massachusetts. And then I saw her van again in the same parking lot, which happened to be a 24-hour fitness parking lot. And I was like, hey, what are you doing with that van? And she turns to me and she goes, same thing you're doing. Guys, that's van life at its finest. Turns out she actually worked at a restaurant like a block or 2 blocks away from where my house was, the house I grew up in. Talk about a small world. Guys, we're in California right now. How small is that? Caitlin and I are gonna do a tour of Renogy. I told her I was coming to Renogy today, and she's like, can I come out to Renogy with you?
I don't have solar panels yet.
Yes, and you're going through Renogy now. You don't have a choice. Anything you want to say? How about a shout out to your mom, maybe?
Yeah, to my mom and my dad, because they're definitely watching this now. They've already seen all of your videos.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I am definitely going through Renogy. That was the only option that I had looked at before when I was looking into solar panels.
So weird that she knew Renogy even before I said I'm coming to Renogy. So Caitlin here has a van. It's built, and I am eventually going to take a tour with her of it.
Definitely.
And you guys will see the differences between my van and her van. I actually love her van, and she doesn't know this until right now. I do love how it's built. Her father actually helped you with yours, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, he did most of it, yeah.
He did most of it, okay. A shout out to her dad. My last video, I shout out to my dad. What's your dad's name?
Tom.
Tom. So thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
And obviously, thank you to your mom and dad for all the love and support they've given.
My mom sewed the curtains for me.
Oh,
yeah.
Did she really?
Yeah, she did.
My mom did all my sewing too. Look at that. Definitely check out whenever I do a tour of our van.
We're gonna go to Joshua Tree together.
We are. We're gonna take trips. We're gonna do trips together. We're gonna go to Joshua Tree. I said Wyoming to you at one point.
Yeah, National Park Tour.
National Park Tour.
Grand Tetons.
By the way, guys, she just got off a 4-month.
Yeah, like 4.5, 5 months. On the
4.5, 5 months of the Appalachian Trail. Okay, she hiked from Georgia to Connecticut with how many people?
With my dog, with my Chihuahua, with Taquito.
It was just you and your dog.
Yeah.
With obviously people along the trail.
Yeah, you meet people along the trail. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Her van life is like way above mine, first and foremost. She was funny when she told me about this, she said van life is actually an upgrade from what she's been living in.
25 pounds in my backpack, yeah.
25 pounds.
Yeah, I had it down. I had it down to I think I had it down to like 14 or 15 at one point during the summer. But so a van, 60 square feet is huge. It's like a mansion. Yeah. Huge.
By the way, she has a Dodge Ram ProMaster like your boy right here. Yeah. Unbelievable. So we're gonna get more of Caitlin when we do her tour of her van, about her Appalachian Trail stories, because I definitely want to hear those. Those sound so cool. All right, guys, let's check out Renogy right now with Tony. Tony here is going to show us around Renogy right now, kind of give us a tour of all of your amazing products. Actually, what I have is Renogy products. So Tony, why don't you give us a kind of a quick little tour of your. This is their showroom, by the way. I'll kind of do a little spin around. This is the Renogy showroom, yes. Which I'm pretty sure you guys are the only ones in Southern California.
For the most part, yes, that we know of it.
That can walk in storefront and just check everything out and have these awesome, cool sales and tech people that can help us out with everything that they do. So why don't you give us a little tour and show us around, maybe new products you guys got.
Sure.
And then we'll kind of go through everything. If I have questions, I'm just going to ask you, bro.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, well, first off, like I said, this is our storefront here. We'll start with our latest and greatest. This is the Lycan Power Box. Lycan generator per se. Has lights here, has all your AC, DC ports. Has your lights here, your inputs, a red light. You can add up to 300 external watts with that. Also, you can add a 24 amp hour lithium external battery. So doubling your capacity here. Anything you need, has this carrying handle.
I was gonna say,
it's a mobile unit.
It's a mobile unit. Is it heavy because it's on wheels?
It's actually not that heavy. So, has light handles here. So,
so it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
You definitely don't want to be lugging it around on a trip or anything, but you can roll that with you.
Okay, and you just hook up a solar panel to it?
You sure can. So it'll actually come with all the pre-connections that you need here.
Okay.
It'll actually come with those Anderson that you would plug in right to the cigarette light port here. Also has an input for your panels. Now this will be a straight DC port to MC4s, which is on the back of all of our panels. I'm sorry. That'll connect right to it. It has a built-in charge controller that is 20 amps. Also has a 1200 watt inverter, so you can run up to 1200 watts AC at any point through these 4 ports here.
So this is just a big ass solar generator.
Yes, it is the latest and greatest. We put this up against anything, any other company's generator. It should do everything you need.
Damn.
Light versus TVs, depending on what your loads are, it does have a few limitations, very, very little. But we've ran anything from TVs to lights, fans, radios, anything you could traditionally need.
You can't you can't run like an AC unit.
Nothing like that. Nothing AC. Not a huge fridge, anything like that. We've seen people run little small mini fridges off of them.
For the vanlifers, we use Dometics.
Yeah, throw some of that on there. You charge it right up. You can charge it through solar panel, which is DC. Also, you can charge it AC as well. You can use them both at the same time, so it does work as an inverter charger.
Okay.
So you get all that. I believe that right now is going for about $17.99. Also does have an option to get a suitcase with it.
Oh, this suitcase, which is your panels.
Yes, this is a monocrystalline 100 watt. You can add up to 3 of these on that unit, but we do have an option just for it to come with one, so you can have some DC and some AC power as well.
You said it was a monocrystal?
Yes, this is a monocrystalline. This will also come with a the one that you'll get won't come with the Adventure charge controller. You won't need that due to the Lycan having that 20 amp charge controller in there. Exactly, because it is built in. It's an all-inclusive unit. You'll get yours without it, so you won't need that.
But you can also buy this separately.
Yes, you can buy this separately. We also have a few variations of this very same.
I believe Caitlin right there was actually looking at these bad boys.
Oh yeah, this is the pick up and go, solar on the go for anybody who wants to maybe get power, lay this out in the sun somewhere.
Campers,
vans,
vans,
RVers, everything. Swing around this way.
Not my Canon bag.
The latest and greatest suitcase edition, which is our Eclipse panels. Now, these will look a little bit different from what you saw over there as traditional monos. These will be quite a bit more efficient.
200 watts?
This will be the 200
watts, yep.
Yeah. So as you notice here, it'll be 2 100 watt Eclipse panels.
Damn.
These are stronger, lighter, as well have a better aesthetic look. This one here, you can either get with a charge controller or without.
Okay.
Depending on the charge controller you use, you can add as many as these as you like, all in line, to get as much power as you possibly need.
Does that fold up too or no?
It does actually. I'm glad you said that. So I'll go ahead and turn this around so you can see. Nice and easy. Has legs. Also comes with that charge controller. This here, what it will traditionally come with, you can handle up to about 400 to 800 watts. So
wow.
you get a pretty good use out of this. Yes, it'll actually come. This one doesn't have the bag out with it, but it'll have the same connections. MC4 to alligator clip right onto the battery, nice and easy. Cool. You can even attach that to your engine battery while your car is off to charge that and run some of the internal things.
Oh, okay.
So that's also a good thing.
Nice.
So it doesn't have to be one or the other. You can always use these with both your alternator connected battery as well as any standalone batteries.
And it folds over like a.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It'll fold right in here. There we go.
That's it. You don't have to do the. You don't have to do the other side.
Yeah, I won't do the other side, but that'll fold right in.
Okay.
You're all good to go.
Okay.
26 pounds. That's actually extremely light for.
Yes. And it'll actually
what
come with
it was
a
gonna be.
very handy dandy travel case as well. So you can throw that in a protective case, take it on the go with you.
Damn. Oh, it comes with a case. Perfect.
It does.
Oh,
Come with a
okay.
protective
So you don't
case as
scratch
well.
because these scratch so easily.
Yeah, they have a light protection layer over them. But the good thing about the Eclipse is even if you were to damage or scratch or maybe indent some, it'll still work.
Of course.
It'll allow the other panels around it to produce fully.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did that to one of mine actually.
And then we'll move over here, just kind of move along to the panel side.
The cool stuff. Well, you know, what people see when they do solar, like from a person that didn't know a lot about solar, a beginner, a novice, we only see panels. We don't see the rest of this other stuff.
True.
And the panels is like a small fraction of really what goes into a solar.
True. Start up here with just some smaller panels. A lot of people probably won't see these. They do utilize this as a 10 20 and 30 watt monocrystalline panel. Just something small to get supplemental. They charge like phones, things like that, produce enough wattage for very, very light loads.
Do people put those in like apartments?
They do actually. Sometimes they'll even have something like this laid in the window.
Yeah,
So you can
okay.
use that, and that'll have something that'll charge enough to get like your phone or very, very light load. So we'll move on here. This is 30, so something here you'll jump up to be like a 50.
Okay.
This is a 50 mono here. It'll give you about 17 to 18 volts, somewhere around 2.5 amps in optimum condition. Still something kind of small, but then we'll move on to the more traditional and larger panels you'll see. This will be a 100 watt polycrystalline panel. This is about 39 by 26, produces about 17 to 18 volts and about 5 to 6 amps.
Okay.
We'll move on here. Also an equivalent, this is the mono 100, so equivalent to this one, just a little bit of a different shape and dimension, and something to kind of really dig into. I know I get a lot of questions about it every day being in the tech department of sales. What is the big difference between poly cells and mono cells? Number one, the obvious, as you can see, the solar cell shape here.
Oh, yeah.
As you'll see, they'll actually change.
And poly means many, mono means one.
Correct. So
Okay.
you'll see here, this will have a traditional less amount and in the configuration. Now people say, what is better? And in my personal opinion, and completely unbiased, I wouldn't say one is particularly better than the other.
Okay, really?
I will say that the poly cells are less expensive, don't get me wrong. So for as far as a price goes,
Budget,
this is
yeah.
where you want to look.
Okay.
What you will get out of the difference of these panels will be 100 watts. No matter how
Wow.
you achieve it, you will still get 100 watts. This is why we have it labeled this way. Same here.
Okay.
Mono is favored due to, I feel, some biased opinions possibly, but you can distinguish that for yourself.
Yep.
Not a problem at all. But see, with the mono, you'll get that 47 by 21, I believe, and then that 39 by 26. So depending on kind of maybe where your wallet is, or depending what kind of space you have to deal with, will distinguish what you'll want to go with.
Okay.
But I wouldn't shame either of them. We
Okay.
love them both. They both work just as fine.
So people that choose to spend the money on the mono, why? Like, what is their general reasoning for wanting to spend more money? on mono?
Word of mouth, actually. Like I said, people will get around that mono is this big thing. It's so superior over poly. So now, word of mouth, if he tells you that mono is the way to go and you trust him more than you trust me, you're
Yeah.
going mono, even though your wallet says poly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
But if you're coming to Renogy, you know, we'll give you the option in all the kits. They will say either you get a poly option or a mono option, and we are not biased towards either or.
Interesting.
And then you have this high efficiency cells.
Yes, moving on to the latest and greatest cells here, the all-inclusive Eclipse. So as you'll notice, this one will have a different aesthetic look. This will have the black frame, different cell shape as well. As you'll notice, they won't have those tiny lines here.
That's what mine looks like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
These ones are
Side note, everybody.
top notch. You'll get, this will still be 100, as you'll notice from all these other panels. This will have a bit of a different shape. This one will actually be shorter, as well as a little bit thinner here. But I would say at least another 8 pounds less, actually.
Really?
Yes, and I would also like to say another 4 to 5% more efficient
Okay.
than a poly or a mono. That means you'll
Also
get
a 100 watt panel.
Also 100 watt.
Okay.
Still 100 watts here.
Okay.
But you'll still get more of a consistent flow. So if you shade all these panels, you'll get, maybe what's unpredictable, I would say. Even if you shade all the panels in the same way, this one will produce more,
Right.
without question.
Okay. Cool. That's mine.
yeah.
Yeah. The flat, and then this one comes in flat.
It does.
That one's your flexible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the sun power, yeah. So they'll have a really efficient cell, so they'll be like Eclipse.
Right.
So produce,
Okay.
They'll actually.
You guys just don't have that on display, correct?
Right. Yeah. We just don't have them up here just because they're not Renogy made.
Okay.
Love Sun Power. We use their cells,
Right.
actually. So we trust them and they're great. We just don't advertise with their name on it.
Gotcha.
But we do love Sun Power. Everybody loves Sun Power. We work with them, work close to them.
That's
So
what I-
nothing against them. And then moving on to the granddaddy panels more. So as you'll
These
look
bad
at the
boys are
cabin
huge.
kits. Right. You'll see more of the cabin kits here. Here, this is what you'll see is the 280 watt monocrystalline panel. And then right under will be our 320 polycrystalline panel. Now, like I said a little bit earlier, these will traditionally be used in our off-grid cabin kits.
Wow.
So people wanted to really generate lots and lots of power, and I mean, 4 kilowatts worth.
Okay.
Kilowatts of 1 watt is 1,000 watts. So that just
Right.
makes 1,000 up to that.
These are for, like I mentioned to you before, my dad's building a houseboat. These bad boys.
Right. He's looking full-blown power, probably power everything on the boat with solar.
Right.
No use for any type of AC plug at all.
Really?
Everything DC, because these 280 watts, they're putting out, I want to say, at least 36 volts alone with like 12 amps, which is great.
All right, Dad, you heard that. We're getting this for your houseboat, one of these bad boys. Well, or like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Or however many we need.
Yeah, we can size your whole system for you. Don't even worry. Give me a call. I'll size the whole system for you.
Damn, call
Get you a
Tony.
good price.
Call Tony.
I can help you out.
All right, Renogy.com. Call Tony.
Definitely. And then kind of moving on here, kind of like you said, the panels are just a small piece to a puzzle. Now we'll move on to our charge controllers here.
Now, the charge controllers, man, this gave me such a headache. So you're going to break it down for everybody. But
Definitely.
This, I feel, is probably the most important part of your system.
Yes, it is most definitely the brain of the system, the whole operation. The panels are, like I said, just a small piece. So the rest of them, they're great, but this is the brain of the system.
Right.
Want to make sure this is fit right for your kit.
And you do your tech as well as sales. So you do, you break it all down with calculations.
Correct. They all have their own ratings, which I probably have memorized by heart. So I kind of give you that breakdown. If you throw out a number of panels or a certain amount of wattage,
I'll throw out mine for you, which I already know what I have, but I'll test you.
Okay.
I have 600 watts.
600 watts.
What else do you need to know?
Your operating voltage of your system, your battery bank configuration, your 12, 24, 30.
I have 12 volt.
12. Okay, so without question, that would jump right to the 60 amp commander.
Which is what I have.
Ding, ding, ding. There we go. Point to me. The only reason I know that, without you telling me, is just because I know here for a 40 amp, you can only really configure 520 watts in 12 volt. I know that maximum. So as soon as you step over that 520, we're either in 24 or we're moving up charge control.
Which is funny because he wasn't my salesman originally. Mike was. I want to give a shout out to Mike. Mike was here. He had to go to a meeting. Apologize to Mike, but he's amazing. He's the one that sold me the 60 amp originally, okay? And he told me I actually wanted the 40 amp, and he yelled at me and was like, dude, spend the money on the 60 amp, and I will never forget it, and I thank him to the day I die. The 60 amp is the way to go for the amount of power and battery bank that I have, without a doubt. So if you want to go something smaller, then you go 40 amp, correct?
Yes,
or
that 40 amp. Yep. Cool. So as we move down in solar panel wattage, input voltage, things like that, you move down to that 40 amp commander. And kind of like you said, the 60 is the trusted, handles the most capacity wise, but no matter what amperage or rating you go with of commander, we all love the commander. It is well trusted, super durable. If you call in with a question about the commander, any of the techs would know immediately almost what the problem would be, because the commander it doesn't break down.
Okay, actually mine has not yet, knock on wood.
No, we have yet to find one that was just straight out faulty out of the box.
Yeah, mine actually has a little display thing and has a little smiley face on it, and I look at it every morning. Yeah, okay, you guys have...
you mentioned that, the handy dandy MT50 that will come with that commander. Okay. Obviously, this one is not on, but if I connect the battery, it'll be all good. It'll actually show you exactly what's happening with this charge controller. As you'll see, this one doesn't have an LCD display screen, but that's mainly due to the heat dissipation configuration of the commander, which makes it great.
That's pretty much what is just on mine.
Yes.
It's separate, that's all.
Right, exactly. This one, no need for it because it has that LCD.
Which is actually kind of cool because you can actually put this away into a cabinet, a vented cabinet, and then have that somewhere else.
Correct. You can make all the modifications to the charge controller.
I kind of wish I had, but it's okay. I'll deal with it.
No worries. You can hide this just like you said. That's the main point. People just want to hide this. It's kind of big and ugly. Maybe not aesthetics for everybody. We apologize. But you have this handy somewhere and you can just visualize everything. You can make any modifications to the commander with this unit here, and it takes up very minimal space on the wall. So any RVers, campers, things like that, don't need to worry about anything. And then we have, moving on, this is obviously the MPPT, so sticking with that MPPT, which is, by the way, I'm sure we're going to get a lot of questions about. The MPPT is more efficient than
now, what
PWM.
I'm going to get this question is, what does the MPPT stand for?
Maximum Power Point Tracking.
Okay.
So,
MPPT, in my opinion, is obviously far superior than a PWM.
Yes, and I will give you somewhere around 92% efficiency, 92 to 95 with the MPPT.
Okay.
Some people will throw a stretch out 85 with the PWM, but you're really looking at about 80 to 75.
Okay.
It is a great controller, don't get me wrong. The Adventure, the Wanderer, we just offer a Voyager that is a PWM as well.
Obviously, it's great because you guys sell it. If it wasn't great, they wouldn't sell it, trust me.
It's all trusted. Comes with a few perks as well. Or other than our MPPTs, comes with a USB port, a direct, has that as well. Won't have any load terminals though, but it is more cost efficient.
That's what I've heard
So
too.
we're keeping prices good for you, just to help you out, get you something, get you some clean energy.
Right.
So not everybody needs to jump off in the deep end. We actually want to help you with the solar knowledge before you start to invest too much and you can't go back.
All right, we're gonna go over prices real quick because I know what I spent. Give me a quick rendition of a 60 amp, 40 amp price, and then on the low end.
All right, so with the 60 amp Commander, you're looking at about $499.99 out there. So as we jump down to the 40, we're looking at about $259. That's with an MT50 meter. As we drop down to the 20, you're looking at about $199.
Which is
PWM,
that's amazing.
Yeah, with a PWM, you're looking anywhere from about 70. I want to say this PWM here, which is actually the latest and greatest PWM. It's waterproof, super awesome for anybody who wants to put something outside.
Wow.
It can't be submerged. You don't want to dip it or dunk it, but it's completely splash proof. Pour some water on it, it's just fine.
Okay.
So, and if you have some problems after pouring water on it, you can definitely call me. I'm gonna tech department. I'll go ahead and get that replaced out for you. Yeah, I'll get that replaced out for you. Me and my team are great. You know, all those guys in there. Sorry they couldn't be in here.
No, I'm actually very happy I got you.
Yeah. So we're doing this here. So something like this will run you about $69.99, and we'll drop down to the Adventure. That Wander, you're looking at about $49.50.
Damn.
So definitely not expensive there, but it'll definitely keep your solar system working and as efficient as possible.
Right. If you're on a budget, it's a way to go.
We'll go with PWM, get you some good panels, get you the correct wiring, and get your kit up and working, get you charging in. We'll move on real quick. One last charge controller thing. It's our newest charge controller for MPPT, the all famous Rover charge controller that charges the lithium ion batteries. Charges actually 2 or 3 different types of lithium. We're still getting that under the works, but this is our newest MPPT. We also have a really cool Bluetooth module that is brand spanking new. Brand spanking new. I mean, it came out last week. This will be the 20 amp here. We also have a 40 edition that is a little bit bigger. It is the max equivalent to the Commander. So as you'll see here, it's the 220s. As you'll notice, this one differs, has an actual display on it. Give you some nice lights here, let you know what's going on. This will read your active voltage, amperage, accumulated voltage and amperage, as well as your loads as well. Because you'll have some external load terminals here that you can get a nice something off of your battery, but still connect some loads here, I'm sorry. But this Bluetooth module allows you to get up to 50 feet away from your system and still be able to see the parameters from your phone. You can make modifications to the Rover right from your phone.
From your smartphone.
Yep. Down.
Android and iPhone?
Everything.
Damn.
You can do it from your computer, you can do it from your phone, like I said, up to 50 feet away. We're actually working on a newer module so you can get a little bit further, but up to 50 feet right now, and you can make any modifications to the Rover.
All right, this is where, before we go into the last and final thing, Tony, I had a discussion with you before I hit the record button about switching to lithium.
Right.
I have gel batteries right now. Lithium, I want to eventually get to. So if I get to go from lithium, from gel to lithium, I'm gonna have to leave my 60 amp charge controller.
Unfortunately.
And I'm gonna have to get whatever the Rover.
Yes.
Will that Rover cover, let's say, 2 of your lithium packs?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Because this is the stuff I don't know about, and this is why Tony, I don't mind spending an hour with him. So that 20 amp charge controller, what does that run first off?
That one I believe is at 209 right now.
209, so perfect. Yeah, that'll cover 300 amp hours of lithium?
Yes, the amp hour rating actually won't matter for the charge controller so much. It's more the incoming from the panels. So you can have...
So that'll handle 600 watts?
In the 20 will handle 260 watts from the panels, but if you had 500 amp hours worth of batteries, not a problem at all.
Okay.
Not a problem at all. That battery side is a whole different monster from the charge controller.
If I wanted to go to lithium, which charge controller would I have to get for 600 watts?
For 600 watts. Let's see here. Right now, you would have to actually convert your battery bank over to 24 at the moment. Just because our largest Rover is at 40. We are actually in the process of making a 60.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait for that to come out.
Let's do that.
I'm gonna wait for it to come out, and then I'll do the switch.
Let's do that, yeah. As far as product goes in the showroom, you'll see here will be our inverters. There's a lot of inverter questions we get. What do they do? What does the size mean? How do I size my inverter?
I have a 2,000 watt sine wave, pure sine wave inverter charger.
Inverter charger. Okay, good. We don't have an inverter charger out here. I can get into a little bit of explanation for the people to understand what that inverter charger does over a traditional inverter.
Okay.
First here off to start, kind of like you said, if people don't really know, what an inverter does is it takes DC power, which will be your battery bank, your 12, your 24, your 32, your 48, and make that possible to AC power, which is 110 to 120. So taking your battery down to straight plugs like you would at the house or at the wall. If you want to go solar or you're looking to get solar, try to find some DC powered items. And then let me give a quick fun fact that a lot of people really don't know. I explain it 1,000 times a day. Anything pulled from AC power is multiplied by 10 here. So 1 amp out of AC seems like not much, only 1 amp. Out of your battery is taking 10 amps. So let's have that in mind when we try to power these small fridges or these small things. You're gonna be pulling a lot more here, and keep that in mind. And bear with us when we're over the phone trying to tell you that, because we only want to size you properly. This is our 2,000 watt. It'll jump down to the 1,000 and the 500. And really quick before I forget, the way you size that inverter, picking those 2,000s, or I know people will see the different operating voltages and the great big large inverters that are 10,000 watts. What you want to do is take all the appliances that you could possibly be using AC, even if not at the same time.
Yep.
Add up all that wattage, and that's what you would need to cover.
Okay.
So if you were using 2 items at 500 watts each, even if not used at the same time, you want to use a 1,000 watt inverter.
Okay.
If you are using a 12 volt battery bank, you want your inverter to operate on 12 volts.
Okay.
So you'll definitely need those two to match, or you will run into some issues.
Yes, you will. So lastly, you do not have batteries on display.
Not on display, unfortunately.
Damn it, Tony.
Yeah. Yes.
So you have AGM, which are lead acid.
Yes,
You have
yes.
gel.
Correct.
And you now have, brand new, within the last
Lithium.
few months, lithium. Lithium phosphate. Which I didn't know the difference between phosphate and frickin' ion. And there's a difference apparently. But,
Yes. Internal difference we probably won't get into. That don't want to confuse a lot of people. Right?
yeah, we won't
or scare anybody.
How about this? If you're interested in lithium, which they do sell a fantastic lithium package, it's 100 amp hours.
Yes, that's correct.
If you have questions on the difference between phosphate and ion, call Tony. Do not call me. Call Tony here at Renogy. Also check out the website, Renogy.com. But the lithium, I think, are the best batteries on the market, and maybe you guys are going to do some tweaks to make them even better in the future.
Definitely.
I have 2 gels, which I've heard are amazing.
Yes.
I just went off of what you guys told me.
Yeah, self-maintenance batteries, no maintenance batteries, should I say? So they're always great.
When you say maintenance, what like for instance, like a lead acid apparently needs a maintenance?
Yes. So what will
Okay.
happen with the lead acid sometimes? What you'll have to do is they'll have actually a cap on them that you can take off.
Yep.
Pour some battery acid or distilled water inside.
Okay.
That'll keep those up as your battery depletes, kind of like we spoke about life cycles earlier. As those life cycles start to deplete, that water or battery acids will start to dry out. And will keep your battery from being able to sustain charge.
Okay.
So that is the way to kind of revamp those batteries, which is somewhat inconvenient for a lot of people. So those gel batteries, you don't have to do that.
Okay,
Sit
good
there
to
and
know.
let
I
them
did
do
not know this. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's why I haven't done maintenance on my batteries. I don't know. Oh, and I really do love my gels. They're heavy. 128 pounds?
About 128 pounds for the 200, yes.
They are heavy.
Yes.
What is the weight of those lithiums?
A lot less.
25, 28,
I'd say
30?
somewhere around 30 to 40 pounds.
Okay,
Lot less, lot
so you
less.
guys can figure out, obviously I have a lot of weight when it comes to batteries. And there's another thing when you build inside of a van, you want to keep that in mind because of fuel economy, as well as obviously weight distribution inside the van, as well as just, you know, how much weight can be inside of the van. If you watch another one of my videos, you'll see how I distributed the weight, as well as how much weight I actually added, which is a lot. So, you know, you got to keep that in mind when you're building a van.
Also a good thing, kind of jump in on you where you said gel
Please.
with lithium. A lot of people having these stored in compartments. Much easier.
Yeah.
They're
what do
not
you mean?
letting off toxins.
Oh, they're not. Yeah.
Not letting off
Actually, a lot of people comment and say, hey, your batteries are letting off toxins. You have to vent them. Guess what? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, no.
Boom.
Very minimal circulation, no toxins at all.
No toxins in the gel. And the lithiums?
Same.
But the lead acid, your AWGs?
Yes. AMGs.
AGMs,
I'm sorry.
AGMs. Now we're getting all confused. They do let off. You do need
Yes,
to
so
vent
it needs
them.
to be properly vented.
And you may have heard Caitlin, she just goes, uh-oh. So, Tony, we're going to button this up. Is there anything you would like to tell anybody that's watching this? Hopefully I get more subscribers and viewers from this. And, you know, your face is going to be plastered all over the internet right now,
Nice.
as well as
That's nice,
Renogy.com. Hey, you got a really pretty face. He looks way better than I do. Caitlin's
Yeah.
better than both of us.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything you want to tell them about Renogy, Renogy.com again, I'm going to put the link in the description below, so definitely check that out. How about you?
Not too much.
Don't call Tony too much.
Yeah, getting a lot of calls, but you can always call in. There's always a tech available. Sales, customer service is definitely reliable. Always get you to the right person. All we want to do is help give you the best components at the best price. So definitely don't be shy to call in. There's no stupid questions. We understand that solar is not the easiest thing, but we are here to help you. Shout out to my tech team, all my sales, my customer service.
You want to throw some names?
Yes, my buddy George. I got Karush in there. I got Robert in there. Sierra's in the e-commerce team doing her thing. Jackie, Josh, definitely Mike.
Mike, my salesman.
There you go, Mike the salesman, and everybody really. Even the people who don't get named or you don't get to speak to on the phone, I know they're doing the best they can to provide us with products, giving us knowledge so we can help you guys all the time. So definitely don't be shy to call us.
You mentioned all those names, guys. This is how much goes behind a solar company and how much it really takes. It's a lot of work.
Yes, and shout out to the CEO, definitely. Without her, none of this would be possible. We call her Yeezy. She's great. She is awesome, you know.
And thank you for letting me do this here.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
Definitely. Anybody can come by. We appreciate having you.
Absolutely.
Always an open door, Monday through Friday. No weekends for you. I'm sorry. We're working on getting weekends to help you guys out. And but if you can make it through here during the week, come on by and see us.
Absolutely. Renogy.com again. They're located in Ontario, California.
Yes. Ontario, California, not Canada.
Yeah,
I don't have anything
Ontario,
against
California.
Canada, but we are in Ontario. We're local Southern California.
Absolutely. Again, you guys, anybody can walk in here. I don't have special privileges. Okay, I just walked in here and I brought my camera with me. I called ahead of time. All right, guys, I'm here with Mike.
How's it going?
My original salesman at Renogy.
That's right.
When I talked to you, like, it had to have been 18 months ago.
18, yeah, somewhere right around there.
When I first started my project, I called Mike up, and by far, the best salesman I've dealt with.
Thank you.
You might have been the only salesman at the time.
Yeah,
They've grown exponentially since then.
Absolutely.
But Mike is phenomenal. Call Mike, ask him salesman questions.
Yep, we can help size your system, whatever help you guys need.
You've been here obviously over 18 months.
Yep.
So he knows Renogy inside and out.
Yes,
also check out Tony. Obviously, he took the tour with us. So Mike, thanks again.
Absolutely, man.
I appreciate
it's
everything.
It's a pleasure. It's glad to see what everything's came out to.
Hell yes.
So yeah, man. I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, man.
And
a lot of bright things.
I just found out you're going to be in Portland.
Portland, the end of April.
End of April.
Yeah, for the Tiny House Festival.
For the Tiny House Festival in Portland.
Yes, sir.
You might see me there.
Yeah, come check us out.
And Caitlin. We're probably going. We just decided.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dude, I'm excited. We'll be out
there. Me and my coworker Josh will be there. We'll be at our booth, the Renogy booth. So we'll have all our panels, controllers. Come check us out.
All right, guys.
Absolutely.
This is Jared signing off.
Yes,
Mike, thanks a lot again. Renogy, fantastic company. Check them out, guys.
Thank you.
I'm not really liking these chairs, just on a side note. I'm a Patriot fan. Okay, good. They're not Tony's, so anybody that's a non-San Francisco fan, I'm sorry.
Hey, sorry about that. I'll definitely mention that. They're higher ups.
I'm just kidding. You know.